Hi everyone, here we are back at the ranch. It's 5 days later. I've got cousin Mark.
Hello.
Hello. I've got Oscar today.
Hello.
And what we're going to do today, let me just get you all in. What we're going to do today is inspect the hive. We're going to see if the queen's out of the cage. We'll take the cage out. If she is, if she's not, we'll remove the sugar plug. We're gonna make sure that just everything's okay. I can see one of the hives now and there's some bees coming in and out, which is nice. It's 55 degrees. Again, we're at about 6,800 feet. It's still early spring. So there's not a lot of activity, not a lot of pollination going on yet. Nectar for them yet. It snowed 8 inches over the last few days, which they really needed the water. It was good wet snow, so that's great. So that's what we're about today. We're gonna do a status update on the hives. Thanks for all those that watch the videos in the family. That's kind of fun and we appreciate you doing it. What we're gonna do today is check to make sure that the queen is gone. We're going to check the feeder. It's likely that some bees have died in the feeder. It's an open feeder, meaning it's just an open channel. I tried to put float material in there like sticks, but some of the bees just get in there and can't get out, and so we'll try to clean that out, see how much they've eaten. We'll just kind of peek in. I got a high intensity light so I can look down the cracks and see if they're starting to build wax, and we'll just see how it's going. Not a lot of bees flying out today. I imagine they're tight there in a nucleus. We don't want to bother them too much. They're probably tight in there because it's cold, and there's not a lot blooming yet right now. So I'm going to try and do this without a bee suit. This is the first one. A lot of flies around, if I start running towards the hills, you know that I should have had a bee suit. So we'll figure this out. Got the hive tool out just because this thing's so tight. I built it so tight, and I'm gonna have to resolve that at some point. But for now, we'll use the hive tool and get this up. Take this one off first, I think, because that's probably the first one that'll go in. Make myself some room. The first thing I'm going to do is just slide the whole thing back with the hive tool. Oh wow, look at this. And hear that, Mark. Wow. You can just feel the heat coming out and they're staying warm. I'm going to move another frame out just to give myself some more working room here. There they are. Here they are all around the queen. They've already waxed it in a little bit. Oh, they've made a lot of comb. Look at that. Let's see if the queen is out. Where's my bee brush?
Looks like she's out because there's little guys in there.
Looks like she's, yeah, they've released her, so that's great. There's probably a lot of smell there for her. This is where I'm feeling I should have a bee protection on. We'll get that out. Can you take that, Mark, and put it in the box? Just move away a little bit. Let me see the sugar sprayer. I'm going to spray them a little bit just to keep them calm. Yeah, did you get in close there, Oscar, and see what's going on here?
Yeah.
They've drawn out a lot of comb. Can you get on this side and see where you can see the comb that they've made? They're building it out, they're getting ready so that the queen can lay. You getting any pictures of that, Oscar?
Yeah.
Can you see it? Great, that's awesome, isn't it? And they're all there in a cluster, so we're gonna close them up. We don't want to disturb them. They've been good girls. They've been nice to me. I'm being nice to them. Everybody's friends here. And we'll just get that down and close it up. Get her off the edge. I don't want to squish anybody if I can help it. And we'll close them back up, okay? That's really awesome. I'm really pleased with that. So we've got a lot of production going on. It's great. Wasn't that impressive? Brent, starting with nothing. Can I give you that, Mark? I'll put it right here. Okay. Now, next, we're going to check on the feeder. There are some dead bees in there. They have eaten about, I'd say, a third of what's in there. It looks like they're moving in and out okay. They figured that out. I could take some dead bees out of here, but I think they're probably a good floating, and they can probably walk on them and keeps other ones from dying. So I don't think I will. And they're waxing up. Oh, there's a bee with pollen. I just saw a bee with pollen walk by. Wow, that's a really great sign. So it's just a little cool early on. Thanks, Mark. And we'll fill this up, and that'll give us a whole nother week if we need to. Okay, we'll fill this up. Okay. Can I give that off to you, Mark? Thank you. Thanks for helping here, guys. And the bees have been nice to us. We haven't gotten stung, thankfully. I brought a different kind of board because I was worried. But look, they're already building wax out on these too. That's awesome. I thought about, of course I'm thinking about this too much, I thought about maybe giving them better access on this side by putting another frame over here so that they could come up that frame. There's bees at the bottom of the board down there. We'll put another frame on this side. I think that gives them another way to crawl up right there, even though they may not be ready for that much more space. It's going to warm up and be significantly warmer this weekend. So on the whole, I'd say it's good signs. We've got bees with pollen, got lots of flies. Flies like the sugar too. We got bees with pollen. We got bees making wax. They've eaten about what we'd expect them to eat. They're supposed to eat about 1.1 cups a day. If they ate a third of it, that's about right. And it's just not warm enough for everybody to be out and flying around yet. And so I think we're good to go. So that's the update. We'll check all the other hives we won, and then we'll give you a summary at the end of how it came out. Thank you very much. Get a picture of the barn there. Here's where we are at the barn. Here you go, Oscar. So we come to this hive. It has a lot of activity, and you can get the activity here, Oscar. It's got a lot of activity happening at the entrance to the hive. We've even seen some bees with pollen. It was really bright, kind of an orangey red pollen. And I don't know if we'll see any of those bees coming back, which is great. It's fascinating. And we're here right by Gates Creek. Let's go a little slower on the pan. Yeah, a little right by Gates Creek. There's some meadowy stuff over there, and then these fields right nearby. A lot of good variety. A lot of good variety for these bees. But I'm really impressed. We were just at the bridge. That hive had eaten probably 50% more than the first hive and had a lot more wax. And the queen was out. That was doing really great. I mean, compared to the first one, we were really surprised at the difference, weren't we, Oscar? Yeah. And so we'll open this one now. We may take some shots. Cousin Mark may do get some pictures with his camera and of the inside so you can see. But every time we open the crack, you can feel the heat come out. You can hear the sound. And maybe Oscar will get us a picture of that this time. And they're doing really well, and I'm really impressed that this size has so much activity already, here, especially here in the shade. Yeah, we're still here by the barn. We're going to crack open where the queen cage is. I can already hear them. These guys are busy. They're active. They've already made wax all the way to the connected queen to both sides. Use my hive tool here. This hive tool is a handy thing. Lots of wax on this one. It tore some wax off the other side. Can you get some pictures down there, Mark? Or make sure the queen's out of this one. Look how they're bridging there. I don't know if you can see how those bees are bridging. They're connected together to the queen's out of here, which is good. They've actually got nectar in there, guys. Look at that. That liquid. That's nectar. It's not dried out yet. But that white comb on there that they've made is brand new comb. Is white. It gets darker over time. And the queen's out of that cage. They ate the sugar open. And why don't you go get some pictures in there, Oscar, and I'll go put this down. They've already got nectar going. Isn't that great? But it's probably from our, you know, our feeder. But lots of bees. I'm sure the queen's in there. Things are really nice and warm in there too. I'm gonna brush these sisters down a little bit so I can put them all back. Here we go. We're gonna go back now. Everybody's going home together. Trying to be careful where I put my hands. Don't want to crush anybody, and I don't want to get stung. So far we haven't. Okay, there's quite a few dead bees at the bottom, which they'll carry out of the hive. A lot of bees on top here, huh? Look at that. They've been feeding really out of one tray. It looks like they even haven't hardly gotten to these other trays. They're eating one at a time. An interesting pattern. So here we are up on the road heading towards Deer Hollow. And I just thought I'd show everybody who likes to see the ranch. And here it is. Uncle Dan's just driving in his white Ford Ranger. There's his house. There's the barn. See the snow on the hills still just above us. Roads are dry for the first like half inch. And then they're muddy underneath, so it's coating the tires pretty good. Hard to get things, but it's a beautiful day. Thanks. These are the guys that got me unstuck. This is the truck after we cleaned it up. These are the heroes. How many times did we officially get stuck?
At least twice.
At least twice, where we had to shove the sticks in and do the whole thing, right? Yeah. So, but we got it out. We didn't tear the roads up too bad, which is nice because the truck's light. And we did get some bush scratches on here. But here we are at the two hives. This one has some activity. There's the cabin up there where they do the horse property. Here, Oscar and I have our suits on again because I did get stung once. Lots of comb in here. The queen's out. The sugar plug is completely gone. Get Oscar in there to see. I think you just get, yeah, there you go. See all that? And those guys, it's well lit here. It's built up. Oh, I gotta say, it's gotta be at least a 1/4 inch of wax. It's amazing what they've done. Okay, we won't bother them too long. I'm gonna flip that over by you, Mark. We've had 2 stings today. Once by me, once on me, and once on Mark. That's where we're wearing the bee suits. I got to get another visitor bee thing to wear, so that when you guys come. Oh, this is almost completely empty. The food is. So that's they're eating. Oscar.
Yep.
Okay. It's moderate activity at this hive, and it's great. Thanks, Oscar. Oscar, 6 hives. What did you think?
Great.
Yeah. Take your glasses off. I want to see your eyes. Oscar's got really nice eyes. He's squinting right now, though. Yeah.
Only a couple bee stings, so.
Yeah, Mark got one on his eye. Sorry, Mark. And I got one in my ear, but Mark's eyes aren't swollen up and my ear's hanging on. They were really busy around the hives doing orienting flights. Some of the partial frames that we'd done, they were tiered down and had pretty white comb that they'd made.
Yeah.
And they'd really done a lot of work. These 2 hives here with the Carniolan queens, they're just normal bees right now. They ate the most food. probably because it's cold up here, and the snow levels are just, you know, just above us. But we didn't see any people bringing pollen back like we did with the other hives. There's a lot of activity around the hive right now because they're new. It's probably one of the first warm days they've had, and they're just doing orientation flights all around, just trying to remember where they are and figure what they're doing. You can put your sunglasses back on, they're cool. And so that's why they're doing that. And boy, all the queens were released, and
Yeah.
Building wax, eating food. I don't think it could have been better. We got stuck twice. The truck got dirty. That's a nice thing. It was so great of Cousin Mark to come. I just thought it was awesome, all your letters and messages that we got after the first videos from the family. And it's so cool, I think that, I mean, did you know that Anna had bees? Anna had bees, Amy had bees, and Joni has bees.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them. That means we're in a really good club if we're within those guys and we have bees too.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. Well, anything you'd like to say to close, Oscar?
I think we're good. We got stuck. We got out, luckily.
Yep.
We got the bees, so.
We got the bees. It's about, you know, here at 7,500 feet, it's about 56 degrees, but, you know, the sun's really warm. So thanks so much. We appreciate you. Great to be with you. Bye.